Big win for the good guys. Pokemon Center actually stopped scalpers during a massive Prismatic Evolutions restock. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. That's right, guys. I'm not being sarcastic. Pokemon Center actually stopped scalpers and scalpers from using their bots specifically during a huge Prismatic Evolutions restock that happened. We don't typically see really hyped restocks going up and staying in stock for over 2 hours like was in this situation. And this is so relevant and important because we have Destined Rivals that's going to be dropping at the end of this month, and we have the new black and white sets that were announced that have 156 illustration rares in them. So there are some things that will be coming out and some pre-orders and some drops that will be happening on Pokemon Center that are going to be very, very hyped. And to see a huge restock that happened on Friday of the Prismatic Evolution surprise boxes actually in stock for 2 hours, and a big reason is because Pokemon Center implemented some new protocols that lasted for at least 2 hours that were causing bots to not be able to check out on the website. And when these restocks and when these drops happen, the reason they're constantly out of stock immediately is because all of those thousands and thousands and thousands of bots monitoring PC immediately buy out the product, and people like you and me that are just trying to click a link and buy it typically can't get it. And when we saw this Prismatic Evolution surprise box restock hit on Friday, it stayed in stock for 2 hours, which is unheard of because things typically will be sold out in like 2 minutes. You know, when you try and go to a Pokemon Center restock and it's just like, hey, trainer, yeah, you're in queue, and then you're in the perpetual queue forever, and you actually die in the queue, waiting in the queue for 20,000 years, and you actually never get anything. Instead of that, so many people were actually able to check out. Now, caveat, there were people that were incorrectly getting labeled as a bot when they weren't, but there was a ton of people that had success checking out with this Prismatic Evolution surprise box. Now, you might say, how do you know that it was because bots weren't able to check out? How do you know that Pokemon Center was actually stopping bots? Well, there's two reasons. The first reason is, for me, it's common sense being a part of this for so long. When something's in stock for 2 hours, you can kind of assume that either there was just a unlimited ocean of supply, that it was just in stock for 2 hours, which is very, very, very unlikely with the restock, or something has been implemented that bots can't get in and auto buy everything. That's the first reason. That's my first assumption. But the second reason is there are people that monitor websites just to monitor if bots are able to check out on that website. What I'm saying is people that are using monitors just to see, like, hey, for instance, in this situation, Pokemon Center, are bots able to check out on Pokemon Center right now just so that we can have that data and that information? And for that 2 hour window, no bots were able to check out on Pokemon Center. I'm going to let somebody who's a lot smarter than me and can actually show you this a little bit better tell you about this.
You know, this is PokeNotify. This is my Discord. I co-own it with Dr. Apex, who made this post earlier. We use monitors, like bots, to monitor, right? To monitor websites, but not only websites. We use the bots to monitor bots that buy out things. So we don't buy out things. We don't use bots to buy out, like automatic checkouts and buy out things. No, everything is done manual once you go to a website for us. Contrary to some people's opinions that don't want to listen. We monitor also bots that buy out things to see how successful they are. And they were not. They couldn't get stuff at Pokemon Center yesterday. So this is Dr. Apex, my partner. He posted yesterday at 3:47 p.m. For the US, Canada, and UK. Wake up, get in queue if you haven't. We'll post links here. Surprise box, and then the links and all that stuff. Quantity two per person. Have patience. Bots are looking to be clipped as Pokemon Center integrate new bot protection. Wait in the queue and get in there on multiple devices. If you got past the queue and it's out of stock, we'll try to hang it in there for a restock, blah, blah, blah. And then so much success. Like I said, bots are not hitting, so we are seeing a lot more checkouts. Keep patient, stay in the queue. Let us know if you're still checking out on the success channel. And then at 5:52, it finally was out of stock.
So essentially what you're seeing there is that the Notify Discord monitors bot usage on websites to see if websites are actually having things purchased by bots. And for that 2-hour time frame, no bots were able to check out on the website, and then the Pokemon Center was sold out after about 2 hours. Now, not sure if the bots were able to figure out some type of a workaround or if it actually indeed sold out, but that's one of the really interesting things about Notify is they take bots and they use it for collectors. And it's because bots are a tool, right? A tool like many other things, like a hammer. You can use a hammer to build something, or you can use a hammer to do really bad things. It's the same thing with a bot or a monitor. And what Notify is doing is they're taking these bots and monitors and they're using them so that they can send out links to people and say, hey, go buy, but they're not using the monitors to automatically buy everything out. That's not what they're doing, but they are also using them to see like, hey, are these websites getting bought out really quick? How can we aggregate all this data and figure all this stuff out? So that's how we know that the bots were stopped by Pokemon Center for at least 2 hours, which is plenty of time for people to actually buy stuff. So with these Prismatic Evolutions restocks, with the Destined Rivals stuff that's going to hit, with the Black and White stuff that's going to hit, with the 30th anniversary next year that's going to hit, if you want to leg up to actually be able to have a chance to get stuff, you want Notify on your side. It's a great service. They are for collectors, made by collectors, as you can see here. It's only $8 a month to be a part of their Discord, and when things like this happen, like you saw in that video, you'll get a notification that says, hey, go, here's the link. You can click on this link and you can go manually buy something. They're not doing what Scalpers are doing and like letting you purchase access to their bots for their bots to buy you hundreds of things. They're just sending notifications for you to get a link to go purchase something manually yourself, giving you that extra 10 seconds. And as you can see, there was a ton of success with that Prismatic Evolutions restock. So many people saying, I got two, which 2 is the limit. It's not a scalper group, antithetical to what people think just because there's people out there that are sad with their lives and they think anybody that's able to secure product is a scalper. I literally saw somebody say, if you have product and somebody else doesn't have product, you're the scalper. And it's just the wildest thing. But Notify really is made by collectors for collectors. You can use the link that's in my description to get a free 3-day trial. It's only $8 a month after that. And you can also use code Applesauce25 to get 25% off. I don't make money on that code. It's just there to help you. Notify is another resource that you can put in your arsenal so that you can actually have a better shot of scoring some of these crazy drops while things are crazy. So you might say, why is this so important? Why is it so important that Pokemon Center was actually able to stop scalpers and stop bots from getting things for a whopping 2 hours? And it's so important because while it wasn't perfect, while some people were unfortunately incorrectly labeled as bots by this, whatever this program is running that Pokemon Center used to stop bots, a large amount of people were able to score on this drop. And as collectors, that's all we're asking for. We're not asking to be able to score 10 boxes on a restock. We just want to score 2. We just want to score 1 to have something to open and have some fun. Pokemon Center seems to be trying. They have implemented something that makes it to where people were able to get things. We saw Pokemon Center Japan put up the Team Rocket briefcase up for a unlimited pre-order. Basically, anybody that ordered one was going to be able to get one. We're seeing Pokemon do this with the Pokemon Center. This is important because we have big releases coming out. There's big sets coming out that people are going to be excited about. And this shows me, in my mind, that Pokemon is trying to make things fair, and we're just getting a little closer, a little closer, a little closer to actually being able to get the cards that we want to get again. You might not be able to get 10 ETBs on release day so you can degen and open up 80, 90 packs, but you might be able to get 2 or 3 if things continue in this direction. And that is positive. That is exciting. A bunch of people comment on my videos, Will, all you do is talk about negative stuff. Well, you dink, the hobby is in a really negative space, and I just cover what's going on with the hobby, and when bad crap is happening all the time, that's what I have to talk about to you guys. But this is a win. This is a huge win, and I hope to see Pokemon doing this more and more and more, and making it actually fair to where people like you and me can actually have a chance. Something staying in stock for 2 hours is massive. While it was in the middle of the day and a lot of people were working, and I feel for those people and I empathize, and that is hard, something being in stock for 2 hours is a huge deal, and it makes a lot of collectors be able to at least get their hands on 1 or 2 things. Let me know, did you score on the surprise boxes? And if you were able to, what card did you pull from the promos? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, my friends. It's free for you to do that, and it really does help the video. YouTube says you'll like that one next, so go check it out. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.